So Microsoft has had a very busy day here in New York City. They've unveiled a whole boatload of devices, from the Surface Pro 4 to the Surface Book to these two new phones, the Lumia 950 and the 950 XL. They're the company's first Windows 10 powered phones, and from my really quick first impressions, they are really quite nice, so let's take a closer look. So let's start with the big boy. This is the Lumia 950 XL, and the first thing you'll notice once you pick it up, it's incredibly sleek. I'm told that the 20 megapixel camera baked into the back is actually better than what we got on the Lumia 1020, with the added benefit of being able to stick this thing in your pocket. Turning to Windows 10 as a whole, it will feel very familiar, especially if you're coming from Windows Phone 8. I haven't spent a whole lot of time with it, but it does feel incredibly snappy, and that's in large part due to the Snapdragon 810 processor inside. It's running at 2 gigahertz and is paired with 3 gigabytes of RAM, but first impressions as far as they go, plastic body, really surprisingly comfortable. I've held it next to my iPhone 6s Plus, which actually has a smaller screen. This has a 5.7-inch AMOLED display running at Quad HD, and probably the best thing for you nerds is that it does have a removable back. So you just take a nail, stick it right in this slot here. It takes very little pressure at all, which is a little concerning. I might have liked to see a little more holding it in place, but it's generally not too bad. We do have the exposed camera pod, again, 20 megapixels. We do also have a removable 3,340 milliamp hour battery. In addition to that, we do have a micro SD card slot. It does come with 32 gigabytes of internal storage right out of the gate, but you can augment that pretty dramatically, both with a micro SD card and with access to OneDrive, Microsoft's cloud. Now let's take a quick look at the 950 itself. Very, very similar body. It does feel remarkably comfortable. We have a similar polycarbonate build to the one we saw on the 950. It does pack a smaller 5.2-inch screen. It is also an AMOLED, does also run Quad HD. You're not going to notice a whole lot of difference between the screen on the 950 and the 950 XL, especially when it comes to pixel density. There is a difference, but you have to get really, really tight in on certain photos with lots of detail to be able to pick them out. So you're not going to be losing out on much if you go for the bigger screen versus the more pixel dense one. More importantly, the 950 is incredibly pocketable. I'm actually a little shocked here. It's been a while since I've used a phone with a 5.2-inch screen, and I've sort of forgotten how comfortable they are to hold on to. Beyond that, we do have a slightly different chipset in here. It is Qualcomm's Snapdragon 808. That's a hexa-core chip running at 1.8 gigahertz, and it is also joined by 3 gigabytes of RAM, just like the 950 XL. In our super quick time with the 950, it does feel, again, remarkably snappy. It does also have the same camera as the 950 XL, which means it is a 20 megapixel sensor joined by a tritone flash. You still won't be able to get these for a few more weeks, but if you're a Windows fan itching for something new in your pocket, you're really not going to be able to do a whole lot better. It's a testament not only to Microsoft's hardware design chops, which are generally pretty good, but also to the thoughtfulness and efficiency that come with Windows 10, even when you shrink it down to a smaller form factor. The Lumia 950 will cost you $549, and the 950 XL will cost you $649, and you'll be able to get both later this month.